Hey everybody, welcome to Saving Greens Homestead. My name is Keisha, and if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I welcome you. You guys, I just wanted to give you a quick overview of the garden and how it has evolved. It's been about a week since I showed you the last update, and so a lot of things have changed or has grown large or has bloomed. As you can see, these sunflowers have bloomed and they're just so pretty. So I'm just going to take you around and just show you some of the things that are new, some of the things that are exciting to me right now, and some of the things that are blooming and the way it all looks right now. So first, I just want to point out how pretty all of these sunflowers are. And I was completely shocked when I saw that my dahlia had bloomed. Now these are called Lady Darlene dahlia, and they're pretty big. They're decent size, the blooms are, but they're just so pretty. And when they first bloomed, they bloomed a deep wine color, and I'll try and put that picture up so that you can see it. But then they change into this really pretty yellow with red veining going through the petals. So, and I have other buds that are going to start opening up. You guys, I got this dahlia from Walmart. And it's just every year it comes back. It comes back and it blooms beautifully. So, just as a reminder, last time I was out here showing you some things. I had healed these corn in this bed here, and basically healing is just me piling or mounding it around the base of the corn. But now you see I have peppers planted in between. I had to hurry up and get these peppers planted. And there's a pepper on that pepper plant in the back, so I'm excited about that. And I replaced these tomatoes. There was a couple of tomato plants here that didn't do well, and I still had some replacements for them, so I went on ahead and replaced them. And then also in this bed I planted a whole bunch of beans around the base of these sunflowers so that they could use the sunflowers as a trellis. These beans aren't particularly pole, although on the packet it said they can be, because they do throw off these tendrils that can get up to like 3 feet long. So I have planted, I think this is where I planted, oh yeah, these are the pinto beans. I planted pinto beans here. So, oh, look at that. I was wondering if I was going to get any onions popping up, because I planted a whole row of onions right here. I was going to start putting something else here. And I got one that germinated. I guess I'll try and be a little more patient and wait it out and see if any more pop up. But I went around and I reseeded a lot of stuff in this bed that didn't come up right off. Oh, it's a wasp. Let me get out his way. Like this 8-ball squash here, I put more seeds in because it just didn't take off. It didn't grow. So this is another dahlia, same Lady Darlene, and it comes back every year, and so it'll be putting on blooms when that other one starts to die back. And so I'm gonna be really happy because I still have blooms to show you guys. Well, all in all, this bed is so pretty. And then look, this sunflower up here open. Now the tall one hasn't opened yet. It's going to soon, but they're just really pretty and tall. This tomato plant, this one just is growing so crazy right now. Everything has exploded in growth, so much so. Look at these purple flowers. These are from the alfalfa. That's what this is. That's alfalfa that I planted here as a cover crop, and it was doing really good, and so I chopped and dropped it and put it, buried it under a layer of aged manure and stuff. So some of the seeds that was in there germinated again, and now I have more alfalfa popping up, which is fine because my tortoises like alfalfa, my chickens, so it's a good food source for them. And then here's this other tomato. Now I haven't clipped these yet. I have all the bamboo stakes in, but I haven't started clipping them up, and I need to, because like this plant here is just going crazy. Whereas this tomato plant is going crazy, but it's gonna grow up on this trellis, and that's why I have it right here. But look how tall this corn is. You guys, this corn is almost taller than me. On this side is shorter, but as I walk over this way, these ones are a lot taller. And I would say that they are, especially the one on the end here, is probably my height. As with that first bed that I started showing you, this bed I went through and I started replacing, reseeding some of the stuff here. Now, I didn't get a tomato replaced here in the middle, and so I'm gonna go ahead and replace that one. But I had to reseed everything again, and I don't know if it's just the germination of the seeds, because a lot of times the seeds aren't 100% guaranteed that they're gonna pop up, or if they did pop up and I just had bugs or critters eat the seedlings. So I'm not really sure about that. So I just plant more seeds. This watermelon is taking off, and that squash is doing good. Everything is looking good. Everything is looking healthy and green and just growing so well. I planted some more pepper seeds, and then that is corn coming up that I replaced here. I'm gonna have to replace this tomato. There's still some things I need to replace, but for the most part, everything looks to be doing pretty good. This is calendula right here. Look how pretty that is. And I have a lot of buds on there. I have to come out and deadhead some of those. But those come back every year on their own too. I don't have to plant them. Same thing with this milkweed, butterfly milkweed here. Comes back on its own. I don't have to plant or do anything with it, which is great. I've got these peppers here that are putting on flowers. I don't know if you guys can see him back here. It's a purple flower. These are so pretty. These are the Murasaki purple. And they start off green, and then they turn purple, and then they actually turn red. And then I have a pepper on this one already. I don't know if you guys can see that back there. He's a good size too. Oh, I just popped him off. Shoot! He just popped off. Well, I can still use him. Just because he's green and not red like he's supposed to be doesn't mean he's inedible. With peppers, you can eat them actually at various stages from the beginning all the way up till they're ripe. So he'll still be good to eat. He's not going to go to waste. I will place him in one of my meals that I end up making this week. So, but yeah, he was a big one. I'm so bummed that I accidentally snapped him off. And these pepper plants are all flowering. Like this one has flowers. They're all flowering right now, so that's a good thing. That means there'll be more peppers starting out. And then look how tall this corn is now. Like, I have to raise my camera because it's so tall. It's way taller than me. Way taller. And it hadn't even put on tassels yet, so that means it still has some more growing that it's gonna do. But it's so full and pretty. It's just a wall of corn. You can't even see the other side. And then, I don't know if you guys remember, I cut this squash back. It's 2 squash plants here. There were 3, and I eliminated 1, and I left the other 2, and I cut them back. And look at it, how full. How full it is now. It's so pretty. And I like the way that it drapes down. I love that. I think that it looks so pretty when it does that. When it cascades over the side there like that. And then here's a look on the other side of it. Now already I had to start clipping this tomato plant back. Oh, I just ran through a spider web. But already I had to start clipping this tomato plant back because it's big and it was starting to block the walkway. And so I started clipping it to the trellis here. And I just noticed that it has little baby tomato fruit. So I'll be getting fruit off of this one real soon. And I'm happy about that. Let me see, let me zoom out a little bit. Oh, there we go. But everything, that tomato plant is good. Now you see how this one is hanging over? I have to clip it up still. But it's all doing pretty good. All the way to this tomato plant right here. And it has fruit on it already. And these cucumbers are taking off. And you guys, I think this is a melon of some sort. Or maybe it can be a cucumber. Maybe that's a cucumber. Because it has yellow flowers. I'm thinking maybe it could be a cucumber. But look, it's already growing up and attaching itself on this corn stalk. Which was not my plan. But I'm glad it is. It volunteered there, so I'm glad that it's attaching itself to the corn, and I'm glad I left it. I tend to leave volunteers because, I mean, they chose where they're growing, where they want to grow, and they usually do really good and produce really well. Okay, so this birdhouse gourd is all the way up to the top of the tunnel now. And I noticed last night it had white flowers on it, a lot of white flowers. And I don't know if you knew this, but the flowers on these plants open at night or later in the evening. Oh, look, there's a gourd on that one. Look at that. There's a little gourd on there. Hopefully it's pollinated and it'll grow into a fruit. That'd be nice. I just want to step back and show you guys how this tunnel looks with everything growing tall and nice. Oh, there's a spider. It's one of those jumping spiders. Let me see if I can get in there on him. These guys are everywhere, as close as I can get to him. There he is. These guys are everywhere. They were all in my tomato cups, seedling cups. They're just everywhere. And look at this mimosa. So pretty. I gotta cut this back though because of spider webs. I don't like walking through there. and then run into spider webs while I'm trying to make a video. So I did have this kind of pushed over here yesterday, but it didn't stay. I might have to clip it so that it'll stay that way, out of the way, and keep it clear right here. And I might have to trim back some of these leaves on this corn. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see how long I can last with it being like that. And here's a look on this side. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I always seem every year to have a favorite section of my garden, and this is it right here. Because everything looks so green and so pretty that this angle right here is just the best. In my opinion, it's the best. Because I can see how lush and beautiful it is, and I can see all the blooms. And look at this pumpkin. He is really, look at this. He is really running way over. He's gonna be all across the way to the patio. These pumpkins are doing really good. They're loving it right here. Oh, there's a grasshopper. Boo. I hate these things right now, especially because they seem to just be everywhere, eating up everything. All my bean seedlings, they keep getting to them and eating them. So, and I keep replanting them, and they just keep on chomping them down. But these pumpkins are doing really good. You see the flowers? This one is starting to take off now too. So that's good. But it just looks so pretty. And there's this corn. And this corn is doing better. It's taking longer than the corn in the bed next to it, because this corn, the corn in the bed next to it has a shorter harvest time. And so this one is just taking longer, even though the other one is younger, because I planted it later, but it's taller. And that's because I'll be able to harvest off of those sooner than the ones right here in front of me. So, but they're still doing good. They're growing in pretty good. I'm guessing that the irrigation is working out well for them, because everything looks green and nothing's dying from lack of water. So that's always my fear now, because one year I had everything almost die on me because I didn't realize that I was having water issues. Look at these bean plants are doing good. I still haven't replaced the seeds, the bean seeds on this side over here that didn't pop up, but I will. Look at that. Onions are growing there. These cucamelons are starting to put out tendrils, so that's nice. I don't know what these ants are in here for. What they're, oh, they might be going after those roaches. There's a whole bunch of those water bugs in here, and every time they're hiding under the pot right now, but every time I fill this up with water, there's a whole bunch of them in there. So I put some more rice seed in here, and I'm hoping that they'll start growing. I don't think that what's in here right now is rice. Now that I'm looking at it, I think this is just a grass weed, and this is just a regular weed. So I'm gonna leave them for right now. This green-stalk tower is doing pretty good. The cotton is growing bigger. The cotton plants are growing bigger. So it's doing really good. Here's a view of everything this way. It just looks nice. I love this time of year. Not because of the heat. Oh, look at, there's a butterfly. Not because of the heat. That part I could do without. But everything is just growing in so beautifully. Now, if I had my garden tour right now, then people would have a lot to look at. But it's just so hot. I don't want to do it during the summer because it's just too hot. But people would definitely have a lot to look at. When I did the garden tour this spring, I didn't have anything in the ground yet. So it wasn't a lot for people to look at. That crepe myrtle exploded in growth too. And I reseeded over here. So hopefully I'll get more germination. But I do have some peppers that popped up from seed. And then this pumpkin. It's really actually a sweetmeat winter squash. I still need to trellis up these tomato plants here. And if you remember this one, I almost pulled this one out because this one, I almost pulled it out because it wasn't doing so hot, and now he rebounded and he's doing better, so I'm happy for that. And then over here, everything is looking good. The seeds are going to pop up a whole lot quicker now because it's so warm and the ground temps are ideal for growth. That right there, you guys, is a peanut. So one of my peanut plants sprouted. Now the other one over here on this side hasn't come up yet, and I don't know if it will. But I have one so far. Speaking of water issues, things over here in the brick are not getting watered like they should. And so I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with that. I've been hand watering, but everything seems to be drying up and looking bad. So I'm gonna have to figure that out and get it fixed, because these nasturtiums, oh, that's a big web. Well, that web stretches all the way across. Oh, you probably can't see it. But these nasturtiums were big and green and pretty and full, and now they're not. And my tomato volunteers over here are not doing so hot now, whereas they were before. But you can see I have a lot of fruit on that one, and they're ripe and ready. So I gotta come out here and start picking them. I was gonna pick it right now, but there's several spider webs over there that I'm gonna have to knock down first, because Keisha does not do spiders. That's one thing I don't do. I don't mess with them in the garden. I respect their space, and if they respect mine, they live to see another day. They are ripe and ready. Look at that. And there's a lot of them. And then this one started turning too. Those are bigger, round. I think those might be large red cherry, but I don't know what these are. These are not the same. They're different. Oh, look who's coming out. He heard me talking. Hey. It's lovely to see you. I brought you some, oh, that's Susie. I brought you some mulberry leaves. I don't know if you, I guess you did start eating it. Cornelia didn't eat hers. But I see that they're all broken up and stuff right here, so she probably haven't. Susie probably had eaten hers. Look at him. Tortoise love. Tortoise kitty love, huh? Let's see. Cornelia didn't come out and get hers. I'm thinking they probably would have been better fresh, but I guess she likes them dried out too. I have a whole tree full of those, Susie, so I can get you some more. She just got me all distracted. I was gonna eat one of these tomatoes here. I'm gonna eat one of these. I love the color on that. Ah, I dropped it. It has a tart flavor. It's sweet but tart at the same time. That's good. Oh, so let me get another one. The skins on it is real thick though. Oh, look it. Thaddeus decided to come out too. He heard her munching and was like, "Oh, what you munching on?" That's cool. So everything over here is doing pretty good. Anyways, you guys, I am going to go on inside so that I can edit this video so you guys can see it. And I'm gonna leave you with my favorite side of my garden right here. So pretty. So lush, so green, so pretty. But I thank you guys for watching, and I will have more videos coming up soon. I just want to try and keep at least have 2 videos a week, and I'm working toward that goal. So I'm just trying to stick to that. But look at this, so pretty. So I will see you guys in the next video. As always, you guys, God bless.